Hi, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Chris Justice here with you. I want to give you an update on what I'm seeing. Yes, snow possible, but I want to be real with you. Before you go to the water cooler, before you text your mama, before you say anything about this, please know that there is a chance. There is a pattern that I'm identifying. I'm going to break it down for you. So if you appreciate my no-nonsense approach to weather, please consider liking this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications wherever you're watching from and whatever channel you're watching from. My commitment to you is to always keep you posted when it comes to severe weather and be transparent with you on those threats so that you know what's coming our way and when. So in this case, what I'm watching here is a pattern that features the possibility for snow. So moving forward here, what we're going to have to watch out for is this pattern going into next week. So let's flip through the European here. It shows some cold air coming in for the new year from much of the East Coast, back to where we should be, to be honest with you. Then as we move forward, cold air is in place for the weekend. Then comes system number 2. This one starts forming out toward the Great Plains. You see it there taking shape. Oof, that's a big one. Tennessee, Kentucky, northern Alabama, northern Mississippi, all watching this closely, as well as the Carolinas and Georgia up through Virginia. Ski country, Boone, northbound through Snowshoe, gonna love this. Virginia gonna love this, but right now this is kind of the precursor storm that brings in the real chill. You hear the buzz term polar vortex. That's coming to a town near you. It's going to be very, very cold. This European scenario shows a little bit of snow and ice in the mountains of North Carolina, some snow on the backside of it for Tennessee, and that sets the stage for Arctic air. So, hey, cold air's in place. What about system number 2, middle of next week? The models have been back and forth on this. European shows something, but it wants to dive it, oddly so, way far down to the south. Certainly a possibility here. It dives it in, doesn't really consolidate it until it kind of gets smushed down with a big dip in the jet stream. So cold, but the jet stream so powerful, it pushes it to the Gulf and doesn't really move into the southeast until we really get into later in the forecast there. What does the GFS model say? Let's roll through that. Same story. Cold air comes in for the new year. Nothing to really write home about. Actually, where we should be. Then comes Sunday night. This upcoming Sunday, this upcoming weekend, got a barrel of a system coming in. Ice. Ice looks possible in western North Carolina up through Virginia. Freezing rain, sleet. Then a cold rain for the northern part of the upstate of South Carolina. That would roll through Monday, the first day of school for many. So is there a chance school gets interrupted and Christmas breaks extended? Yes, for many in the South, that is possible. We'll have to watch that closely. But remember, that's system number 2. System number 3 would try to come our way the middle of that week. Here we are, Wednesday, Thursday. GFS is thinking, well, where's this thing at? It dives it down south. We really don't have much going on except a reinforcing shot of colder air for that following weekend. Look at that blue, what we call the 540 line right there, all the way down towards central Florida. This would lead to some serious cold way far south. I'm talking 20s possible in Orlando, Disney. You'd be bundled up. Really, really, really cold for Florida. Carolina's dry and cold. So the GFS kind of not really buying any snow chances until we get toward the middle of the month, where it has a pretty big system here. The 13th, Monday the 13th. That's far out, but the pattern here is such that if we make it through this pattern without snow, I'd be very surprised. We are so cold, the atmosphere is just juiced up. If we get through it without snow, that'd be a shock to me. So the deterministic European run, again, one model run I'm picking out here, shows snow up toward Virginia, the mountains of North Carolina, but not much cooking any farther south than that. The GFS model shows not much cooking out of that same time frame, but the GFS does go out a little farther, which paints a little bit of snow as we get toward the 13th, on the order of 4 to 5 inches along that classic I-85 corridor. Again, that would be pretty far out in weatherland here that you have to kind of take it for what it's worth. But the pattern, recognizing the pattern is the key here. Will we see snow out of it is the key that we got to watch out for. The Canadian run is in lockstep with where the other models were yesterday. It's remained steady, which as a forecaster, I have to say, is something you want to look at. So let's walk through the Canadian. Cold air comes in. I saved this one for last for you snow lovers. Heads up, perk up if you're tuning out. Canadian wants to show some southeast snow. Here we are, Friday, Saturday, Sunday's time frame, getting colder across the area. And as we move forward here, Sunday night, Monday comes system number 1. That brings in ice and snow possibilities Tuesday. And then as we go toward the end of the week, it just stays super cold. So the Canadian model wants to try to curve something in here, a little bit of snow and ice possible, but watching that closely. What we're really looking out for, let's look closer. Let's examine under the hood a little bit more. Let's kind of peel back that layer of the onion and look at the European in depth. This is 51 different runs of the European, not just one. Anybody can post on social media one run of one model, and one day you'll see it go here, one model you'll see it go there, which is why I'm not too concerned that it's not showing snow for everybody in the Southeast. Because out of my 51 different runs in the model, between the 6th and the 11th of January, almost all of these different runs show snow in some form or fashion. And to conclude here, as you can see from this map, the forecast, the outlook here, the new one that just came out, shows not only below normal temperatures, but significantly below normal temperatures for the south and the east moving forward here for a good chunk of January, which means we're going to be so cold that if we make it through that pattern, as active as things are going to be, if we make it through without any precipitation, I would be shocked. It's going to be cold. Teens for lows, single digits for lows, even some below zero across the Midwest, even in the mountains of North Carolina, possible. We're going to have to watch that closely, and as we get closer, we will keep you posted. But snow lovers, we'll have to keep you posted on this one. Going to be a close call.